Just call me Daz. What should combos be? Thousands of people enjoy the simplicity of a Warriors game. Slam one button over and over, get this flashy combo. But I can never finish those games since I always get bored, even when I like the characters. I much prefer my swordsman to have a bunch of different standalone moves that I can try and piece together in my own way, like in Devil May Cry. DMC and games like it are designed in a way that matches my idea of what combos are all about. Combos are a way to be creative. It's an art for gamers. I put this here, that there, and this is my working, finished piece. This Bayonetta combo looks great, but it's not mine. It actually belongs to Donguri and their creative mind. Even with access to the same moves, I likely wouldn't have pieced this combo together the exact same way. I do have that creativity lurking within me though. It's been a while since I committed to creating cool combos for anything, but I've always had that drive. For example, I loved the Naruto Storm games, but they're a bit like those mash-heavy Warriors games. It wants you to stick to auto combos, the beaten path, but I found joy in tinkering with the mechanics and creating something I could call my own, even if I wasn't supposed to. 10 years later and I'm in that scenario again. I've been playing this beautiful game called Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess by Capcom, which initially caught my eye for its strategic elements. There's a map, there are units, and I'll try anything that reminds me of Fire Emblem. Although the strategy caught my eye, the element that pushed me to actually try the demo was the game's hero, So. In Kunitsugami, villagers will defend different areas of the map, but you still need to fight. You need to run around the battlefield and slay the thief. For that objective, So comes with a small list of useful combos. They follow a simple structure. So has a regular attack button and a dance attack button. The regular attack button can be pressed continuously up to 4 times to perform the regular attack combo. So can jump cancel or guard cancel this string at any point. Dance attacks are where the flavor is, but instead of existing independently, So will perform different dance attacks depending on where they are in the regular attack string. So if you just press dance attack, you'll only ever get this one swing. If you press regular attack, dance attack, you'll get this dance attack. Regular attack twice into dance attack equals this. Regular attack 3 times into dance attack means this. Dance attacks are blatantly stronger than regular attacks, but the caveat is that they cannot be cancelled at all. You cannot jump cancel and you cannot guard cancel. Anytime you perform a dance attack, you make a commitment and you have to let that entire animation finish. And that's it. Those are all of So's combos and those are all you'll ever need. But this isn't what people were expecting. The combat is really bad. The game is not snappy and responsive like something Capcom would make. Like, there are no animation cancels, lightning fast moves, the guy doesn't zip around the battlefield. People are saying it's slow because they didn't get what they were expecting. Pretty much this, the combat just feels weird to me. I was expecting a more fast-paced and responsive combat. Okay, well, think of it like a fighting game. The combat feels really smooth once you get it down. I am fully aware of how it works, but I think some people were expecting something like Devil May Cry. Yeah, a decent number of people went into this game expecting to be a combo fiend like Dante, but Kunitsugami isn't built for that. Combat is clunky, restrictive, and slow, and you can't cancel out of a lot of attacks. DMC fans and character action game fans in general are used to having way more freedom over their character. Dante can jump cancel, guard cancel, teleport cancel, he can shoot whenever, he can go in and out of Devil Trigger whenever, he can do anything, okay? And so can Bayonetta, or any of the characters I've played in most character action games. Those are the types of games that I'm used to. So when I tried Kunitsugami, I immediately did what I always do. Get creative. I strayed away from the beaten path and I tried to build something unique, something that was emblematic of my ideas and my discoveries. I didn't even realize I was doing it, I just saw a character with a sword and I started experimenting. Well, I didn't get far. The game doesn't let anyone get far because the restrictions are far too heavy. I found a few neat tricks, but I couldn't make much out of them and eventually I just gave up. I stopped trying to make flashy combos. But I didn't give up on the game. I wasn't even disappointed. I simply kept going because there's a lot to like here. There's fun strategy, heavy resource management, and I loved the atmosphere. I will admit, sometimes I just went to the base and watched Saw do different animations. It was therapeutic. So I kept going with the game, but as I continued to play, I started to appreciate the combos of Kunitsugami in an entirely new way. Kunitsugami's combos may not foster creativity, but they do foster good strategy. The restrictions that held my creativity back are the same restrictions that introduce a fun layer of decision making. Although Saw only has a few combos, every available combo has its own unique upsides as well as their own downsides, and they can be pretty bad downsides. Anytime a combo is performed, the player needs to make a conscious decision about which combo feels most appropriate for the current situation. If you want to know my personal take on the upsides and downsides of each available combo, I'm leaving the details on the screen. But ultimately, as you battle through the night, there's a lot to consider. You might want to use one of the more powerful dance attacks, but they're a commitment. What if another enemy hits you? What if you suddenly need to run and protect Princess Yoshiro but you're stuck in a long dance attack? You could try and stick to regular attacks, they're safer and you might even land a cool parry, but if you only play safely like this, you won't do much damage or cover much ground. This is slow and you're going to be overwhelmed. I've never had to make these kinds of decisions when playing a game like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. Dante doesn't worry about the long animations of his stronger moves because he'll cancel the recovery. Bayonetta can dodge no matter what attack she's doing. She'll even have that strong attack ready to go once she's finished dodging. When you're in battle, character action games aren't about carefully selecting the right combo. Almost any attack will do. You can be flashy if you'd like, but ironically, it's more optimal to be boring. Find a few overpowered moves and spam those. What they really are, in the middle of a fight, is a test of your reaction time. That's where the challenge lies. The combos aren't very important. These games have garnered a reputation for their cool combos, but in practice, that usually only ever happens in practice. Training mode. That is the game to many people, spending thousands of hours to do cool combos in practice mode. So combos are pivotal to games like Devil May Cry and games like Kunitsugami, but they're using them in totally different ways. For many, Devil May Cry is about the coolest combo you can make, and Kunitsugami is about the most effective combo you can choose during a battle. I appreciate both, but one of these feels much easier to appreciate. It feels natural to me that combos are primarily about looking cool. I still remember my first time seeing an OTG combo, or off the ground combo. An OTG combo is just a combo that picks someone off the ground to continue the combo after they've already been knocked down, and my earliest memory of seeing one is through Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You mean that Akuma, from that Street Fighter Flash game I used to play, can jump up and Shinku Hadouken the hell out of someone who is already on the ground? Sign me up. My fascination with OTG combos has become a bit stale after all these years, but a cool combo is still a cool combo. Something I liked about Monty Ohm's fight animations, yes, the creator of Ruby, is how he often disobeyed his own physics just to animate something that resembles a fighting game combo. I think it worked incredibly well. Fighting game combos look cool. Side note, he loved BlazBlue.
If I really thought about it, I would love to make a Ruby fighting game. Because like Ruby has a sniper scythe, right? So it's like a melee weapon and a gun. And I told you about the velocity of like using the, so what if like, you know, that was 4-button layout. Say it was like, I like BlazBlue. A, B, C, and drive. And her drive is just shoot the gun. You press heavy and it's like an overhead. Back to front. But you press D and it's like that gun fires no matter what frame. So if you press D while she's at the beginning of her animation, it just goes poof, like that.
Rest in peace, Monty Ohm. Combos as an avenue for strategy, like in Kunitsugami, is harder to come by, unless you play fighting games. Fighting game players love cool looking combos, but many of them also want combos to be strategic, to require decision making.
You know, having options for different routes in your combos, I hate that in Street Fighter V, where like the most damaging combo was also the best Oki, was also the best corner carry. Like I like it when you, okay, what do I want to put the mine on? Do I want to leave you standing for plus frames with scissors? Do I want to just take chunks with Crusher? Different options.
You know, fighting games are often criticized by how much room they allow for combo expression. Well, what the hell does combo expression mean? I frequently see two different interpretations. Interpretation 1 is, combo expression is the extent to which you can create cool combos. How much freedom does the game give you to make something unique? Is it a good game for combo videos? Is it Street Fighter X Tekken? Interpretation 2 is, combo expression is the extent to which combos involve additional strategy. Do you have to make decisions about which combos you use? Do you prioritize Oki or damage? Maybe these two different ideas shouldn't share the same name. Interpretation 1, the extent to which you can create cool combos, is a popular topic of discussion because it has largely decreased in modern fighting games. To me, there is no doubt about it. Just look at some of the most popular fighting games that are out right now. Street Fighter VI has reduced the amount of buttons that can link into each other. Combos are much more streamlined now. Character hitboxes have been standardized, taking away many character-specific combos. In similar fashion, Guilty Gear Strive has severed most Gatling options and even straight up removed many special moves. Again, character full speeds have been standardized, taking away many character-specific combos. Overall, there's much less to experiment with. And the modern fighting game that most represents this decrease is Granblue Fantasy Versus. I'll compare it with the other blue, BlazBlue. In BlazBlue, you can jump cancel most attacks, you can use rapid cancel to end any animation immediately, you can use overdrive cancel to do something similar, and the game has those OTG combos I'd mentioned before, giving you even more ways to extend your combos. BlazBlue offers plenty to experiment with. Now, let's look at Granblue. Here, you cannot jump cancel anything, there's nothing like rapid cancel, this game does not have OTG combos, and special moves come with cooldowns. In fact, most combos in this game revolve around this simple, universal free-hit auto combo that every character has. It's an incredibly restrictive system. If those restrictions weren't already enough, Granblue has an explicit combo limit that forcibly ends any combo if the opponent has been juggled for too many hits. You will not get far trying to express yourself in this game. Think about combo videos, the ultimate stage to showcase your maximum creativity as well as your taste in music. They were great because players made impossible routes possible. They fought outside of the box and pushed the game as far as they could. Whenever you thought it couldn't get any crazier, it always got crazier. Combo videos aren't gone, but I'm speaking in past tense because combo videos aren't what they used to be. You cannot be creative enough to spawn 10-minute combo videos in these new systems. You just can't. Players do make combo videos for Granblue Fantasy Versus, but when I watch those, it feels so abundantly clear that the game wasn't built to be our creative canvas. Players make combo videos for Street Fighter VI. I love Dusk, I have for over 10 years. But again, while the combo videos are impressive, it's clear that the game refuses to be exploited in a way that past Street Fighter games were. This whole ordeal of combo creation was an entirely separate way to enjoy fighting games outside of the match. I have near 300 hours on BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, and 90% of that was me creating combos in training mode, both for myself and for collaborative combo videos with friends. It was fulfilling. There's even a mod for Granblue called Granblue Fantasy Versus Chaos. It garnered hype almost entirely through the hype combos it introduced to the game. Nobody cared about what these changes could bring to a match, they were just happy to spend time making fun combos. People miss this, and I don't think anyone can be mad at them for it. So why have the games changed? Why is Granblue the enemy of creative combos? Well, consider this. Granblue's combos may not be a creative playground like DMC, but it can be an enjoyable puzzle like Kunitsugami. Like I'd mentioned before, special moves in Granblue have a cooldown. With regular special moves, the cooldown is so swift that it almost doesn't exist, but if you dare use an EX special move, aka the special move but better, it has a much longer and, frankly, actually noticeable amount of cooldown. So, EX special moves are great for combos, they unlock greater routes. I'm British. They unlock greater routes, but at what cost? Let's look at my go-to corner combo with Anra. I use EX Spiral Spear into EX Mantra Will into EX Rakshasa, and soon I hit the combo limit. The combo is over, but the game goes on. What is the consequence of Mantra Will and Rakshasa still being on cooldown? Obviously, they aren't available for any following combo I'd like to do, but realistically, the problem is that they aren't around to improve my pressure, to make my pressure scarier. Mantra Will is fast, nimble, plus on block, but most importantly, it is great at baiting throws. But I don't have it. I used the EX version in my combo so that I could maximize my damage output. Now that it's on cooldown, my pressure is much less scary. Eventually, the special move will return, but when it does, will it still be my turn? Compare me to Gwen Stacy, the Anra player of course, a random Anra I found through stalking the leaderboards. Gwen Stacy uses EX Spiral Spear to start the combo, but instead of spending more EX special moves, they complete their combo with the regular version of Mantra Will, avoiding the cooldown penalty. My guess is that Gwen Stacy values Mantra Will so much that they're willing to sacrifice some damage in order to keep it. I get it. Sometimes when I think the moment calls for it, my combos look just like Gwen Stacy's. Ultimately, both combos have merit. No matter the cost, pursuing maximum damage is valuable because this is a fighting game. Yeah, I'm talking to you, commentator who criticized me 3 years ago for using my super. At the same time, I'm aware of what I'm giving up anytime I pursue maximum damage. I understand the value that Mantra Rule brings to offense and even defense. Imagine having this happen to you for trying to throw someone. I do not think there is a correct combo to always pursue here. In my eyes, it is always a choice I have to make. I like how Granblue's combos can reveal the different approaches that different players have to their characters. It's a showcase of individuality. Some Vayne players like to use combos that spend his meter and use a bunch of his EX moves, and yeah, they get the greater damage and they get the greater setup, but what they don't get is to have that special move available for pressure. Other Vayne players avoid burning so many EX moves. They leave some damage on the table in order to keep that special move. They hope it's going to open up a path to greater damage through greater pressure. I also play Vayne, and personally, I blow everything. I could go on. Honestly, the decisions players make don't even need to be good decisions. The fun is being able to make decisions at all, decisions that feel real. With my Duel combos, I usually preserve her DP by only using the regular version. You never know when you'll need your DP. But sometimes, to no apparent benefit, I pull the trigger and use my EX DP in a combo. Why? Because I feel like it. I'm confident, I'm on a roll. Duel is one of those movement heavy characters that feel unstoppable when you're in the zone. So I'll play bold. Screw the consequences, give me that extra damage. Games like Granblue fall more in line with interpretation 2 of combo expression, the extent to which combos involve additional strategy. Still, cooldowns are a bit dramatic. Even if you can sometimes play around them, a lot of people cannot vibe with having cooldowns on their special moves. Yet still, I enjoy what they bring to the table in terms of strategy and individuality. A game like Granblue won't satiate the kind of fighting game player that enjoys creating or watching fantastical combos. I acknowledge that. But Granblue is not a fighting game made to be fun in training mode. The same goes for Street Fighter VI, the same goes for Guilty Gear Strive. In the past, the greatness of fighting games was in their potential to be both a creative canvas and a competitive playing field. Art and competition sitting inside the same game. But in recent years, fighting games have refined that competitive side. Games are much more balanced, problems get patched out, we're closer to fair than we've ever been. But how did we get there? Largely through restricting what players are capable of. You don't have as much freedom to discover these new, out-of-the-box combos anymore, because if you can do it in training mode, you can do it in a match. And that doesn't matter if you find something impractical, but if someone else finds a brand new combo that can shift the meta in a way that may not be healthy, we all have a problem. Those problems cannot exist anymore. These popular fighting games are being played for thousands and even millions of dollars now. They have to be sensible. They have to be competitive, not creative. You have to play the game the way they want you to. And I think that's okay. Remember Kinitsugami? When people tried it out, they expected Saw to be as expressive as someone like Dante, the type of action game character that you could spend hours with in training mode. But Kunitsugami has no training mode. Saw was not built to be like Dante because Kunitsugami, as a complete package, would not work if Saw had as many options as Dante. It would be too easy to carve up the battlefield before any thief had a chance of reaching Princess Yoshiro. The risk-reward and the decision-making would disappear. It would be boring. Kunitsugami works because it refuses to let our desire for cool combos interfere with the actual game they've laid out for you. And it's a great game. I can say the same for fighting games. Cool combos will always be a great asset to fighting games, but they aren't the only asset. Popular modern fighting games want it to be easier for us to enjoy neutral, mind games, reads, anything, and combos, by their one-sided nature, can drown out these other 1v1 aspects of these fighting games. So I'm not upset by the decrease in potential for flashy combos. These days, I only turn on fighting games to fight. I want to play like I'm not afraid of anything, I want to move like I can't be caught, I want to feel that frustration through the screen when I know that I'm in their head. Combos are the last thing to make me feel alive while I play fighting games, and I like that popular fighting games have gone in a direction where I get to feel alive more often. If you miss what combos used to be, I do sympathize, but all I can do is suggest you look outside of what's mainstream. What you want can still be found, it just might not have a wide appeal. I no longer miss that time in fighting games, but I do still treasure all the different combos I've created over the years. I was far from a combo genius, I didn't come close to reaching any game's full potential, but I liked what I made. Practical or not, those combos were completely my own. That's my creativity on display. I was very young, but I remember how proud it made me feel. The best I could do was grab a camera and upload them to this YouTube channel. Good times. But for good reason. Popular fighting games have moved on, and so have I. Hey, thank you for listening. I don't think I have anything left to say. If you like the video, please like the video, and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. And if you like what I make and you'd like to support me via donation, I've left a link to my Ko-Fi in the description. Aside from that, I hope you have a nice day.